Alright everybody, we are in for one disjointed video, but here we go. This is the comics that I'm looking forward to, or the most anticipated comics of July. The first Wednesday of this month actually hit on July 1st, so I did not have this video up. I'm not even going to really touch on that because it's not really doing you guys any good. It already came out, and I don't even know if I got a single book last week. I've made no secret about it. I'm trying to get Marvel Spotlight 5, which means I'm trying not to buy new comics, which means I probably shouldn't even be doing these videos because honestly, I looked through it. I was like, okay, I'll probably get Ghost Rider, I'll get Teen Titans. I may pick up something indie like Decorum or Strange Adventures isn't really indie, but it's kind of off the beaten path. But I went going through here and a lot of interesting stuff coming out this month. In no way am I saying I'll get it all, but my comic book store does lives and they have like $2 sales and stuff like that, so I may take a chance on one of these books if they come half off. But the important thing to note is there are two big events happening in Marvel and DC this month. On DC side we have the Joker's War, and on Marvel's side we have Empyre. So if you're a big Marvel or DC fan and you try to keep up with all of that, you're going to be busy. I have kind of committed to Joker's War, so I'm not even sure if I'm going to look at Empyre stuff. I've missed like every big Marvel event since they did the Secret Wars back in 2015. The Secret, whatever that was, I don't know. It's not the second Secret Wars, but whatever. Since they did that, I just haven't really been into events. I tried to keep up with DC's Convergence, and then I fell out of new comics, and then I got back in, and I promised myself I wouldn't fall for events, so I missed the big Venom and Carnage tie-in. I missed the House and Powers of X tie-in. I missed the No Justice and the Metal. I missed all of that stuff because I tried to convince myself not to be a sucker, not to buy all these crossover issues because I want to sell books. But without further ado, just be warned, Empyre and Joker's War is going on. So I went ahead and pulled up some of the things I'm interested in. Batman 94. I am committed to following Batman through issue 100. I picked it up at 89. And I'm trying to follow it through to 100 just to see what's going on. I want to know if Punchline's the real deal. Been talking to some people, hearing rumors a little left and right. Does Punchline have the punch to, get her over that hump? Or is this going to be a big Joker storyline? I honestly don't know much about it. I just know that it's coming. You can see the designers in here, Punchline, Joker. Like, this is going to be a big event, so I'm giving it a shot. And with that, Detective Comics 1023, The Journey to Joker's War. I hope and pray that this is a big deal. Like, new comics, they just try to piggyback off of old stories instead of making new great content. So I'm hesitant that this is going to fall flat, but I'm giving it a shot. You can see here's a variant. See what this looks like. Kind of hard to tell, but that's pretty cool. Alright, moving on. The next thing is Ghost Rider number 7. I was loving this series. I read it through like the first 4 or 5 issues, and then COVID hit. And honestly, I haven't read too many new books, so I need to read 5 or 6. That's interesting. I don't know if I like it better, but it's certainly interesting. But yeah, I'll definitely be picking up Ghost Rider 7. It's on my pull list. Now, I did not get Stealth number 2 for some reason. I think its release just flew under my radar with COVID and whatnot. So, I'm gonna jump back on and get 3. Maybe see if my store has number 2, or see if it's anywhere nearby. Or check my list and see if maybe I got 2 before COVID hit and I just don't remember getting it. Either way, Stealth 1 was pretty darn good. So, I'm interested to see where it goes. Probably gonna follow that one through because I think it's only like a 4 to 6. Well, there's issue 5, so I think it's a 5 or 6 issue miniseries. Next up is Stranger Things Into the Fire number 4. You guys haven't seen it, but we're filming season 3 of the Nostalgia Junkies, and we've been picking these up when we go to the new stores. We were able to find a couple at Infinity Flux and another at a store that we filmed later on. So ready for number 4. I think we're up to date. We might be up to date. I don't want to actually read what's going on to this because we still gotta sit down and read it. But we love Stranger Things. It's one of our favorite shows, I guess you can call it. All right, and now lastly for this week, July 8th is Off-World Sci-Fi Double Feature number 1. I'm not sure I would actually pull the trigger on this, but I'm trying to get more sci-fi books. Trying to branch out from just doing superhero books. And sci-fi is one of those things I kind of gravitate towards. Oh, I'm interested in it. It's one of the ones I hope my store would do it like $2. You know, one of those sales. Not sure it's going to happen, but, you know, we'll see. So that is July. Now we need the 15th. Go ahead and drag that over here. All right. July 15th. You can kind of tell by the tabs that this is going to be a busy, busy week. And I'm not even mentioning Jessica stuff like the Black Labels and Nail Biters and Sabrina and stuff like that. But all right. Nightwing 72, Journey to Joker War. I don't read Nightwing stuff at the moment. I like Nightwing. Actually, where I'm reading in Teen Titans, he just became Nightwing, so I don't even know that much about Nightwing. But, you know, it's Robin, so I'll give it a shot. Let's look at the variant. Can't really tell what's going on. Those pictures are so small. All right, next up is Venom. So, if you watch our off-camera pickups, and I don't even think this has happened, but for the Necro Comic Con pickup videos, not the first one, it's the second one. Yeah, the second one. We actually picked up Venom 1, 2, and 3, and we bought Venom 25, which you'll see in all our comics for the month of June. So, from everything I was reading, this is going to be the start of the next arc. So even though I missed 4 through 24, I was like, well, maybe this will be a good jumping on point. It might not be, but everything Donny Cates touches has the potential to explode. So I think Venom's a good run to be buying comics for. Because he's like one of the few people I know who's making new characters like Null and I mean, Null's a little weird, but I mean, he made Null super popular, so I just tend to try to follow Cates stuff. Next up is Teen Titans. Again, I'll be real with you guys, when COVID hit, I just haven't read the last handful of Teen Titans, but I got them all. Actually, see, I don't even know when the writer switched, because it used to be Glass, and now it's Thompson. And I don't even know when that happened, but dude, KG Beast is back. So that's super interesting. I need to get caught up. I've been getting the variants, so I've been reading them online, so I really have no excuse. I need to sit down and read them all. Strange Adventures. I just picked up my copy of Strange Adventures 2 Thursday. My throat is killing me. Maybe last Thursday or something like that. I set it to the side to read it. So, issue 1 was really, really interesting. I'm not sure I'm going to follow this one all the way through, because it's like a 12-issue series. It's like a whole year, you know? So, not sure if I can commit to it, but maybe a series that I want to Frankenstein down the road in dollar bins or half-off sales or something like that. Next up, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, number 51. I'm not exactly reading Mighty Morphin Power Rangers as much as I'm collecting covers, and this book is great. If it says it's MSRPing at $4.99, so I'll probably try to pick up this foil wraparound variant, if nothing else. Alright, so again, I'm just pointing this out there. Empyre number 1 is a thing. I'm not convinced I'll dive down the rabbit hole. I may pick up issue 1 and then wait to, you know, Frankenstein this set. I really don't know. There's so many. Sorry, I'm like chairs and whatnot. Dan Slott's writing this. Justin will be amused at least. There's so many stinking tie-ins. At least the Batman ones are like restricted to Detective Comics, Nightwing, Batman, maybe Batgirl, I don't know. But this Empyre is like, there's a crossover for Avengers, Fantastic Four. There is a crossover with Ghost Rider that I may get, because it says the first appearance of the Spirit of Pollution, so I may have to dive into that one, but I haven't seen that one yet, so I don't know. They said it came out in May. So either I'm out of the loop, or because Marvel hasn't shipped anything in like a million years, so I don't know if it actually came out. Maybe it's digital. I don't know. I put this on here because I wanted to check out the variants. I probably will not be picking this up, even though Jonathan Hickman is writing and Magneto is a dope villain. I really just wanted to look at the variants for it. But again, bring it to your attention. They've been doing these giant size X-Men's. And I'm sure there's an audience for this. Next up, Spider-Woman 2. This will be the first appearance of... I don't know if it's going to say her name, but the daughter of Otto Vermis. Not going to pretend to be all up in knowing what that is. I knew who that was because I looked it up when Spider-Woman first came out, but that was like in January or something. And I've just been very bad about reading my new comics here recently, so I haven't even got around to reading Spider-Woman 1 yet. Being real with you guys. But I'll still probably pick it up because, you know, I like Spider-Woman. And it's kind of cool. She's got her own run. Heist number 6. I picked up Heist number 1, I think. How late, guys? I'm sorry. I picked up Heist number 1, I think, in season 3. But either way, I picked up Heist number 1. I dug it. I'm a little behind, obviously. I thought it was over with. So I guess it's getting picked up for like a second arc. I don't know. You're gonna steal an entire planet. But it's cool. I read the first one. It's pretty good. Engine Ward, I don't know. I just wanted to highlight some independent books for you guys. The number ones and the ones that looked interesting. You know, you guys can pause if you want to read it, but it sounds interesting enough that if it was like on a $2 book, I might take a chance on it. Plus the art is super interesting. So this exists, but I don't know anything about it really. Here's part 2 of that double feature we looked at earlier. Again, if this is a $2 book, I may take a chance on some of these, but as it stands, you know, like I dropped Thor, I dropped some of the X-Men books, I dropped Daredevil, I dropped Immortal Hulk. Like, I just don't know if I would take a chance on this versus some of those other books. Now, this says it's a free comic book day, so I'm hoping my store gets these. I don't know what the deal is, but Power Rangers, The Road to Ranger Slayer. I am terrible about reading Power Ranger books, but it says that this is going to be like a prelude to the next big arc. And I may try to get into that because Shattered Grids, I just was too far out of the loop for Shattered Grids, so I just didn't even take a chance on it. For some reason I have this up twice. All right, guys, that is the 15th. You can tell this is a busy month. Let's go ahead and get into the 22nd. This one dials it down a little bit. Batman 95. The Joker War officially starts in 95, so make sure you have 95 on your pull list if you're into this story, if you're into DC, if you want to be kept up. This is still the journey to the Joker's War, so if you're wanting to, you know, follow it through, I would go ahead and pick up Detective Comics 1024. I have been reading Born Again, and it's making me miss Daredevil a lot. I dropped Daredevil from my pull list because I only had issue 1, and then I randomly got into it at like 12 or something like that, so I was missing a good bit of it, so I dropped it. But man, I am missing Daredevil, and I just feel like this should be on my pull list, so I may have to add it back. Yeah, Batgirl is part of this Joker War Collateral Damage again. So if you're also sorry if you can hear my dog. I let her out. She ate. I walked her. I said, okay, I gotta record. Go to your cage. And now she's just being a whiny butt. But it is hot here, so I think the dogs are whining because it's hot. But it's Georgia. What am I supposed to do? All right, all that aside, yeah, if you're trying to keep up with Joker's War, just make sure you pick up all these titles. All right, Decorum number 3. I read Decorum number 1. Super interesting book. Don't have all my opinions down for it. I picked up Decorum 2 again, like maybe last Thursday or something like that. Which, that was really just like 3 days ago when I'm recording this and maybe having it up. But, I'm probably going to pick up Decorum 3 just to, you know, keep seeing where it goes until I lose interest in it, and then I'll probably drop it. But again, it's Hickman. I missed out on House and Powers of X, so I was like, I'll give Decorum a chance. And the issue 1 was interesting. Alright, here we go. Oh. I didn't even see this. $8.99. I'd probably do that. Anyway, Ranger Slayer #1. Again, I've not really read any of the comic books, so I'm out of the loop. But maybe I can watch like Burke do a video on this or something like that. But I'm going to maybe try to give Ranger Slayer a honest go. So maybe I'll do a follow-up, see if I actually get into it. But either way, looking forward to that. And now Chew #1. Now Chew, CHU, is what feels like a follow-up to Chew, CHEW, which I didn't even really know anything about it here until recently. But yeah, they're bringing it back. This is gonna be about sister. I don't know. I never read Chew, honestly. I just saw this, thought it looked interesting, so I clicked on it and was like, oh, okay, this is like some kind of follow-up to Chew. So I probably will be skipping it, but I wanted to bring it to you guys' attention if you enjoyed the old Chew, that this exists. Alright, and now the last week is the 29th. Man, we got 5 weeks. This is ridiculous. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 52. Look at this bad boy. That's an amazing cover. We'll definitely be trying to pick up the variant for that one. Rogue Planet #1. So Rogue Planet #4 is what's coming out. And I was like, that sounds interesting. And I was talking about sci-fi books. So I wanted to bring it to your guys' attention, as, you know, that's the whole point of this. That this Rogue Planet is another like sci-fi story. And Rogue Planet 4 is coming out. So if it's something you're interested in, maybe try to go back and pick up the previous 3 issues. Villain Seeking Hero. I thought this sounded interesting. It said, once a respected and feared pillar of the supervillain community, the middle-aged veteran baddie known as Master Molecule is being swallowed up by his own professional downward spiral. Fortunately for the villain, a second chance arrives with him becoming the leader of a new team called the Frightening Five. Just putting this out there. I like it when indie companies do superhero stories because they're typically weird and wacky and not bound by some strange continuity. So if you're looking for some independent superheroes, maybe this is something you want to give a try. Again, yeah, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but if this was like $2 on the live, I may take a chance on it. I don't have a lot coming out on the 29th anyway. Me personally, I think I just have Power Rangers. Big and Tiny, a comedic duo on the hunt for answers to their newfound superpowers, unravel the mystery of a seedy underworld of criminal activity in the heart of New York. Again, I like it when independent companies do superheroes because they're typically weird and wacky. They're not really trying to beat Marvel and DC at the superhero game. They're doing their own thing. So I'll keep an eye out for this one, but probably won't buy it at cover price, sadly. But that's all the books that I wanted to point out for the month of July, and this is without even getting into Jessica's weird and horror side of it. You know, she's got all the Black Labels, Nailbiter Returns, The Plot came out last week, Sabrina the Teenage Witch. So I know she's got a lot of books coming out this month. She's really more into new comics than I am at this point because I'm trying to tone it down. I will not be buying everything I showed you guys. That is a promise. I'm mostly thinking about jumping into Daredevil, looking forward to seeing how Joker's War pans out, and I'm interested in this new Power Rangers arc. Those are the big ones to me, and you know, of course, I'm going to be picking up Ghost Rider and Teen Titans, but I've kind of fallen off reading new comics, so those are just to make sure I don't fall behind when I eventually do get back into reading my comics. But this month is going to be super interesting. It's one of those months where we get 5 Wednesdays, so there's a lot of stuff going on. But you guys just let me know what you're excited for. I know I left out the first week, but that's already happened, and I didn't get anything, so I don't really know what to recommend. I know The Plot came out, and we've been buying some AWA books. Some more of those are coming out, of course. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this month of comics and what you're looking forward to, because you know a lot of good stuff is coming out. But alright guys, I'll see you in the next one, and thanks for watching. Hey guys, just a very quick follow-up. I feel like I would be doing a disservice if I didn't mention our boy Brian Silverbacks has Loggerhead Bloody Bayou #1 coming out on the 8th. I think some of you may have already been able to get a hold of it. I'm not going to pretend to know how stuff is working right now, but yeah, July 8th, this Wednesday, Loggerhead Bloody Bayou is dropping. Local artist and writer here in Georgia, so be sure to check out Loggerhead. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.